So what I wanted to talk about today is just something that I've been going through for about 6 months or so now. It's I don't really have a lot of structure to what I want to say. I just sort of want to talk about it and just see what comes up for me. So what it is the sense of feeling lost, and this is something that seems to be increasing every day. I've been on the awakening journey for nearly three years. So this month, at the end of this month, it'll be exactly 3 years. Um, and I mean, the initial step for me, it took me about 8 months or so to get used to that initial step, that initial sense of self that falls away. During that time, I was suffering like crazy. I didn't know what to do. I was just trying all these techniques, just still seeking to a high degree, just in a different way than before that first step. So after that, after about 8 months, I figured out how to burn off stored tension and emotion. So I had a lot of sort of anger stored around the face, and a lot of tension all around the body. So I figured out how to consciously burn it off. And then after about 2 years, I figured out how to release this emptiness or this sadness sensation in the stomach. So that's basically what I've been working on for about the last year. And when I figured that out, that felt like it affected something really core to who I identified with. Um, and as that burns away, what replaces it is just an increased sense of what I truly am, which is consciousness or awareness or whatever you want to call it. So that sense of spaciousness or the sense of emptiness in all objects and things increases day by day. And that sense of self is decreasing day by day, very, very slowly, but it is obviously happening. Um, so to me, this sense of lostness, I can only really speculate on what I think it is, because I'm not exactly sure. But I believe it's sort of the two states clashing. So that sense of no self is clashing with the sense of self. Whatever's left of the sense of self, it's obviously a hell of a lot less than a few years ago. Is still there. It still drives me. It's still scared. It's still sort of reactive, just to a much lesser degree. But that sense of no self, it's always there. It's just sort of pulsing in the background. Um, and that sense of no self, it just has this sense that everything is okay. But the sense of self is, like, as we all know, that sense of drive and fear and reactivity that just pushes you. So what I'm kind of getting is this sense of everything is okay. It's okay to not do anything. But at the same time, I'm getting this really strong drive to figure out what it is I'm here to do. Um, and sort of this fear as well, because I mean, the last few years, all I've really done is work on this awakening stuff. And I do have this sense of wasting a fair amount of time doing it. Even though it's obviously incredibly important, but I still feel like, I'm not getting life experiences that I could have gotten just because I've been working on this. So this sense of fearing death has come up for me as well, and that sort of mixes in with it, the fear of death being that I feel that I've wasted a fair amount of my life. So I just have this sense of being lost. I want to figure out what it is I've got to do. I sort of have this crazy sense of that. But at the same time, I kind of know everything's okay and it's okay to be and do nothing, and then find out in a different way. So it's just this constant sort of battle, this fire between the two, that I'm going through. And so the way that I deal with it is at the moment I'm just sort of doing everything. Pretty busy, just sort of working on everything that I think may be the thing I'm here to do. I mean, there's no strong sense of what it is. I'm not 100% confident. I mean, can anyone really be? But yeah, and still working on the awakening stuff a hell of a lot of time. So yeah, that's really it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. I mean, if anyone else is going through this, reach out and would love to have a chat to you to see how you're handling it. I'd like to know if this is a common experience during the awakening process, that sense of lostness. So yeah, hit me up if you would like to chat. Cheers, guys.